Rumble's good. Looks like it. Liv, we good?
I'm still looking on Facebook right now.
We should have just come on Spreely and Winton.
Okay, let me check that.
It should be coming on any second. Check Spreely, please. Okay, there we are. Winton's green. All right, Winton, welcome to the show. Spreely, welcome to the show. I guess Emerald is on Winton at 7 o'clock now. We're going to have to figure that out because that's conflicting with our Winton viewers. No wonder why. If we're conflicting with her all the time, she's pretty big on Winton. All right. And I am popping smoke on Winton.
I don't have Winton up
You're
right now.
about to.
Okay.
All right, Winton, hello. Spreely, hello. Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Rumble. We had a couple trolls before, but Violet was supposed to be, they didn't like my hat. Your hat's dumb. Wow.
What does your hat say?
Awake but not woke.
Okay.
So they were crying, you know. Just wah. It's all right. That's what people do. Violet, tell them how to get on the show. Tell them to call in. I'd love to get their perspective. They're all butthurt. I said the one guy smells like patchouli and Birkenstocks, and he's not too happy. You gonna make fun of the way I smell, dude? Bro, it's a picture. I can't smell you. Liberals are just dumb as dog shit, you know? I thought they were supposed to be the party of education. What happened?
Idiocracy.
I think it's all the socialism. So we'll see if he comes on. Violet, invite that douche plow and see if he comes on. Let's see if he replied. We got 1:16. It should be fun. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Gross. I am married.
What do you say?
You smell like a foot. He said, he's like, so you're saying you have to lie about me to think you're funny? Interesting. Does that help you feel better? I said, no, I'm saying your photo comes with smell-o-vision. And he goes, is repeating your lie supposed to be a yes? How come you're afraid to say yes? I said, gross, I'm married. No, dude, no. I want him to come on. I want him to come talk to me. He's all upset. The LGBTQ community is upset because I told the truth.
Of course they are.
It's like, relax, people. Most of the video was a defense of the LGBTQ community. All right, guys, we'll be right back. See you in just a few.
And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree
Folks, the Dumb Club, a place where you can go and all your dreams will be fulfilled. Women on poles, girls tramping. Oh, wrong club. Sorry, folks. This is just something for quarterly stuff from Don't Inform. Just go over to thedumbclub.com and go see it. No boobs and strippers. Yet. We're working on it. We're still a small show. Someday soon, the Dumb Club with nipples. Step into a Wimpkin.
Hey, Matt, congratulations on your success, brother. And I really appreciate you giving, both sides, and just free speech, the opportunity to have a platform, dude.
Got it. You got it. Thanks for everything you've done for this country, Eli. We'll talk next time. Tell Jen hello, and I'll have this ready in a couple of hours, and you can share it and take a look. I thank you, man.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
Adjusting transmitter output.
I miss you.
This is the Dum Friendly Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Yes. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The Dum Show.
Goodbye every day. Saturday. Good guy. Was. Is.
Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree. We can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Yeah, I loved him in what was the one with McConaughey? The Menage a Trois Dream, Ashley Judd and Sandra Bullock. A Time to Kill. He was fantastic in Time to Kill. He was great in Guns of Navarone. Donald Sutherland was a great actor. I think he was in The Time Machine as well, the old one. And I guess so many others. I mean, he was X in JFK. He's good. What's going on, everybody? I don't know if our patchouli smelling guy is going to come on. I tried to antagonize him. These people are so... Oh, I'm leaving, but I have another comment. Let's see. Dude, this guy is completely just... You sent me an invite. I didn't send you an invite. So now you're denying that you sent me... I just laugh at him. I love trolls. They're so fun. Penny says, hey, Matt, I sent you an email. Okay. What about what? Let's see. Hey, Liv, who is that contribution from that you just put in?
Sandra.
Okay. Penny, I don't have an email. I'm taking a look. Nope. You didn't send me an email, Penny. Try it again. Janet, it's what we're going to talk about tonight. It's in the notes. We're going to talk about the debate. We've got all that. We're just trying to get everything lined up. I want Patchouli guy to come on. Couple housekeeping things. Liv, give him a kitty update. Everybody wants to know.
No kitty yet. We thought our neighbor messaged me last night and said, I think Kitty's been here because she's got fresh paw prints of what looks to be a small animal. And Yenny loved going over to that patio. So we looked, couldn't find her. So I don't know. I texted Hayden. I said, hey, you should go over to her backyard in the middle of the day and see if maybe she's sleeping underneath the patio in the middle of the day. And apparently, yeah. So,
yeah,
I don't know, but so.
Well, here we are, and
still sad.
Day what of no cat?
4.
Yeah, 4 days. So at this point, I'm calling it. So yeah, that's it. It's the flyers haven't worked out. There's no sign of her anywhere.
Yeah, the flyers just got put out yesterday afternoon, so they've only been up for
it's
24 hours. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you, folks. Donation clock. We have about 10? How many days in this month?
30.
So 10 more days. We basically have to average about 100 $150, $200. Yeah, we're trying to continue to keep the show going. We've set ourselves a goal each month. So listen, here's what it comes down to. I'll give it to you the quick rundown. Is we're not paid for by the RNC, the DNC, Facebook gives us very small advertising. They took about 90% of our revenue. And for 3.5 years, we didn't ask for a donation. In fact, we refused donations. People would say, hey, I want to give you money. I'm like, no, I don't want it. Just go buy a T-shirt, go buy a hat. We're fine. And it's never about that. But now, I mean, the show costs a lot of money to put on every month. I mean, not just the time and the effort it is to create it, to write for it, but you've got all the design, the graphic design, the memes, the writing of the show, the news site, all of this. It takes time and money. So we're asking our viewers if you can help out. We appreciate it. Take care of your family, friends first, obviously, your birthdays, anniversaries, all that. But if you're sitting around and you're like, hey, I've got a little bit extra and I want to give to a great make a contribution to a great company, hopefully we're it. So you can do that by going where, Liv?
You can go to linktapgo.com/the DUM Show.
Yeah, if you ever get confused, Liv, it's right there on writing, like right underneath you.
Yeah, that's true. I never look.
I'm just like sitting here going, how it's like every time she's like link tap, go look down at your boobs. So they're right there.
You can do that. I don't look at my boobs on the daily.
Here, I'll move this over here so everyone can see your new tank top. Show them your new shirt. You got to kind of sit up. So what does it say? You don't even know?
No.
It's
34-0 more reasons in 2024.
Yeah, to vote for Donald Trump. So
you can see my lovely farmer's tan I got at Hayden's graduation carnival because I forgot to put sunblock on.
Yeah, anyway, so it's a cool shirt. Go pick up the shirt. Didn't know we were talking about farmer tan. But anyway, that's pretty much where we're at for the show. We're talking about a couple things. First thing is we're talking about debates. I think it's important. We've got to do it. Right, Liv?
Yes.
We're going to talk about the format. We're going to talk about RFK being left off the format, which is no bueno. Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas, very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. The shirt is available over at thedumshow.com. You can pick it up. Also, the Trader Joe's shirt. And also,
That's one of your first ones.
That is. And then the guy who said my hat was dumb, awake but not woke. Your hat's stupid. Right. But woke, that's not stupid, right? Yeah. And men can't be women and women can't be men. And the earth is gonna go ahead and be destroyed. 75 years now we've been hearing about the end of the earth. And yeah, climate change. We know. You guys are the party of education. Edumacation. What else are we talking about? Oh, Joy Reid. This lady, man, she's like Satan. We also have a 9-minute video, which I think is really important to talk about, because it's about the LGBTQ community. If you haven't seen the show,
Thanks, Kev.
Thanks, Kev. It was on early. We appreciate you, buddy. It was on, and I recorded it earlier today, and I think it's worth playing. Olivia hasn't seen it, and how many people in chat have seen the video? It's 9 minutes, folks. Is this
the one you posted today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think it's actually 7 minutes, and I think it's worth playing because a lot of the conversation around this is something that we can kind of use this as a segment to talk about. But we've got plenty, so I just want to know how many people have seen it. This is the LGBTQ where I'm in the middle of my living room. Have you seen this? If you have not, okay, one person saw it. I watched it. I shared it. Okay, that's 2. If we get 4 or 5, then we're done. We're not gonna do it. So. Seen it? Okay, forget it. So everyone's had a chance to see it. So really what the video was about was, the LGBTQ movement and how it started in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and kind of what was the resistance from both sides and both parties, and kind of what the speakeasy kind of agreement was between the community is that they wouldn't try to indoctrinate children. They wouldn't try to bring it in our families. They wouldn't try to overall, rub it in the public sector, that it would like heterosexuals, just leave it in the bedroom where it belongs. And that was kind of the agreement, and how that's been broken. And Louisiana, I don't know if you've heard this, Livia, because I'm talking to you right now. Mm-hmm. They've all seen it. I've got to have a button You know, like Pavlov's dog, where I hit it and ding, a bell rings, and then you're like, yes, I'm paying attention.
It's pretty much. I mean,
well, what happens is I go on for 3 minutes, and then I'm like, so what do you think? You're like, I'm sorry, I wasn't even listening, and I'm like,
just let me know and say, hey, I'm talking to you, because half the time you're talking to the audience, and I'm
they've all seen the video, so you're the only one who has it. And I started off the conversation, well, you're the only one that hasn't seen the video, so that usually means I'm talking to you. Is that tank top cutting off some circulation?
Well, actually, it's loose. I probably could have gotten a small.
It looks good. I'm just going to say. Anyway, moving on. Later. So,
we know where your mind is.
Oh, I got it. So at the end of the video, it kind of it basically says Christians have had enough. And the reason why is something that I disagree with is Louisiana just signed a piece of legislation, and they're pushing forward a piece of legislation that says every single classroom, K through 12, all the way up to college in Louisiana, has to have a copy of the 10 Commandments in the classroom. And it's going to, the reason why is demonstrate the founding of our laws, the founding, because it was based on Judaic biblical times of Judea law is where these are all based off of, and how our current system of law and order is based off of. So the feeling of it isn't that, hey, this is to bring God in the classroom. It's to demonstrate that this is kind of the founding of our Constitution, Bill of Rights, everything else is based off the 10 Commandments. I think that's a very subtle way to get religion in the classroom. But here's the thing: if you're going to allow pride flags in the classroom, well, then all shit. So what? Then bring religion, because what you're doing is you're bringing an ideology in the classroom, and you're telling people who very well may not be gay, homosexual, lesbian, transgender, whatever it is, and telling them that, hey, this is, we're going to celebrate this, even though that's not who you are. Well, then we might as well bring Christianity back, and we might as well bring Judaism back, and Muslim religion, and Mormon, and everything else, and just have a field day and completely destroy separation of church and state. And that's why Louisiana is doing it. I think if Louisiana and the LGBTQ community said, hey, we're going to pull all pride flags, then you wouldn't hear about this. And but at this point, the gloves are off, and I think Republicans are starting to fight back. So I want to get your thoughts on that. What did you think? Want to get your thoughts?
Well, my first thought was it's supposed to be separation of church and state.
Yes.
But then I was thinking about the whole pride thing, and not every school has got pride flags and stuff. But if you start putting the 10 Commandments in classrooms, then you're just opening up for everything to come in. But you're right. Most classrooms do have the pride flag. So
yeah,
thank you, Violet.
Thank you, Violet. Every school that I know, at least that we've been involved with, celebrates,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, if they're going to push that ideology, then the Christian ideology needs to be taught as well.
I mean, why not?
I agree.
Why not? Like I said, I don't necessarily agree with it. Penny says, I send it to the email on your page. Penny, the contact on my page, is that what you're telling me? Penny, I get emails all the time, and I'm looking. I have nothing from you except your donations, kiddo. Do me a favor. Email me right now, matt@thedumshow.com. matt@thedumshow.com. All right? Mel says, I don't... That's really small. That's what she said. I don't blank the 10 Commandments to religion. I equate them to the guide for moral code to live by. My opinion. Well, it's not an opinion. See, Mel, here's the thing. A lot of people will be like, that's my opinion. But that's, you can't have that opinion, because that opinion is not right. I'm sorry, but it is religious.
I want to hear your opinion. I'll give it to you.
No. That's not what I'm saying. The tablets can't see. Either you believe in God and you believe in the Bible and the Scripture or not. So let's assume we believe in the Scripture, right? If we believe in the Scripture, then the tablets came down from Mount Sinai, and they were brought down and the commandments were brought down by Moses. Is it Moses, Liv?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. It's been way too long. I don't know.
Oh, they can't hear you because you're not talking in your mic. Can they hear you? Can you say something?
Testing.
Yeah, tablets.
Better?
Moses. Yeah, Moses, Mount Sinai.
Better.
I don't know why I was drawing a blank. I got Mount Sinai, but I didn't get Moses. I knew that the ark was made of gopher wood, but I didn't know the hell's wrong with me. My brain. It's like I'm Joe Bidening slowly. Anyway,
Joe Bidening.
but that's the whole thing. So to say, well, I think the 10 Commandments are just, now, if you don't believe in God and you think the 10 Commandments are just something that is a very good moral code, then completely understand, right? I agree with you, Mel. But if you believe in God, you can't say the 10 Commandments aren't religious, because that's exactly what they are. No. It was Moses. Moses brought him down from Mount Sinai. Noah was in the ark.
Yes.
So, so that's one of the tricks, right? Is you go, how do you think Noah parted the Red Sea? And people are like, I don't know. It's like, that's because it wasn't Noah, it's Moses. And you're like, oh my God, I'm triggered. So the whole point is Mel, I'm not chastising you, but what so many people like this and go, John F. Kennedy's not dead. That's my opinion. I'm like, what? Yeah, no, you can't. You can't do that, because you can say, I challenge the way he was shot, or I don't think that maybe he died that day, or whatever. Kennedy was dead the moment that round hit him. His body probably, heart continued to beat for a very short period of time, but he was dead. There's just no way. They didn't declare him dead till 32, 37 minutes later, but he was dead the moment of impact. So yes, the tablets were supposed to be the origin, but I never bought into that theory. Okay, cool. So Mel, once again, we're talking about belief versus opinion versus fact. We can't prove the fact unless we have belief in this one. So I understand where you're coming from, and you and I completely concur, in the sense that if you are not religious or don't believe the gospel, you can simply say that the 10 Commandments are a great, guide stone for society. And I completely agree with you. Absolutely. That makes sense. Colleen Stewart, brain works 7 minutes longer after death. Yeah, but only when there's a fucking brain in the head, Colleen. I don't know if you saw, it was all the way on the back of the limousine. In fact, when they went ahead and did the autopsy, I think it was 67% of his brain was gone, and it was disconnected from his spinal cord. There was no activity. If that brain was active, it doesn't mean he's alive. Brain activity doesn't denounce life, in my opinion. Kennedy was dead. So you might have neurons firing and stuff, but when a brain's intact, it was severed from the spinal cord. It was receiving no blood flow. And like I said, he may have had remnants of neurons and synapses firing, but that he's not alive. He's dead. So anyway, Colleen says, triggered you? No, fucking Colleen, you didn't trigger me. I just don't like you. And I think you're a complete fucking bitch. So there's my personal opinion, Colleen. No, you didn't trigger me. I think you're a bitch. You told me I was going to hell. You trounced all over my frickin' site. You make up stories. You pretend, and you fucking gain favor from everybody. You beg people for attention. You make up shit that you're in Mexico. You're out of Mexico. You can't fucking leave Mexico. You need insurance. You don't need insurance. Colleen, I'm just sick of you. So, you've been around here a long time. So, no, you don't trigger me. I just think you're fucking an asshole. So that's pretty much it. So I hope now you understand where I come from. Okay. All right. Good. Are we good now, Pumpkin? Did I trigger you? Maybe you can go ahead and come over the border tonight and sneak back into San Diego, since you seem to do it every night, but you can't because you can't leave, but you do. And we're not sure how. Okay. All right. Good. Glad we had this talk. Moving on. Liv.
Yes.
You are the second person on this show in 4 years that I've used the word bitch for. But Colleen, I'm pretty confident. I feel really good about using it tonight. So there you go. If you want to call on, you can call and we can talk about this personally. Maybe you can tell me I'm going to hell again. That would be nice. I am saying what I really feel, Penny. I think I was very, very clear. Thank you. I'm not too circumspect on that one. Was in a pretty damn good mood tonight, but I'm just a little tired of Colleen Stewart and her never-ending drama and bullshit. So I'm sure she can go milk a member. And Matt's so mean to me. He's horrible. Moving on, we're going to talk about Joy Reid Live.
Yay!
There was a
my favorite person on the planet.
There was a 13-year-old girl taking all. It's a mommy thing. No, it's a
Monthly.
Nobody fucking likes you, Colleen. I hear more people talk shit about you behind your back because they think you're just a fucking user and you're a liar and you're an attention seeker and you're a pot stirrer. And honestly, people don't have the heart to tell you. So when you hear those little whispers in your head and you think people are talking about you behind your back, you're right. They are. So the difference between you and me is that I'm just going to tell you to your face because I think honesty is important. So I've kind of let this stew for almost a year and I didn't say anything to you. When you said I'm going to hell, I didn't say anything to you. When every time I say anything, I get your backdoor comments. People send me all the screenshots of the shit you say and the shit you talk. I've just kind of let it go. But tonight's the night. Tonight's the night we rip the Band-Aid off, and I just let you know how I feel about you. I think you're a B with a capital C. Okay? See you next Tuesday. Okay, cool. Going on to Joy Reid. And you're too old to be my mother. I would think.
She said it's a monthly thing, not a mommy thing.
Did she say mommy or monthly?
Monthly, but she forgot the L.
Well, then learn how to. It's a mothly thing. Maybe it's a moth thing. Fuck. God, I hate to ban her because I just, I'm afraid we're all she has. And that's sad. Good. Joy Reid cut her hair. She must have gotten sick and tired of all the Trump comments. Let's get to it.
Somebody wants to know how warm it is during the day with you. What do you mean, how warm? Are you talking temperature-wise?
Who said that?
Jazzy.
Who?
Jazzy Nada.
What did he say?
How warm is it during the day with you? Are you talking temperature-wise? Or
how warm is it during the day with you? Like my balls? I don't know. Yeah, Amy goes, wow, such a woman still having periods in her 70s. Dude, when Amy Stancombe abandons you, Colleen, you shouldn't say anymore. You should stop, check out, come the fuck back, and have a really lengthy apology. Because you're nothing to me. You have never contributed anything to this show. In fact, all you have done is take. You ask questions, I answer. You need help, I try to provide it. You needed insurance to get your teeth fixed. I did whatever I could to help you. You didn't listen. You didn't do one fucking thing I said, which is fine. People buy you things because you can't afford it. And you play on people's emotions and they try to help you. And all you do is talk shit about people. You have never donated anything to the show. You've never bought a shirt from the show, and you pretend that you can't afford it. But I'm wondering how you're jumping across the border every day. I'm wondering how you're accomplishing some of these things that you say you can't do, but you do. So when Amy Stancombe says, fuck you, Colleen, who is probably the nicest person in the world, who has the greatest, most thoughtful intentions, you should take a second, put your hands together, say a prayer, and center your soul. Because I'm not the one you have to worry about. Me, I'm easy. I just get pissed off and just tell you. But when Amy does it, it means you have no port in the storm. Zero. And you've got nobody here who's going to defend you now. So to be honest with you, yeah, I would instead of tilt, I would withdraw. That's just my opinion. But you got to do what you got to do.
He wants to know temperature-wise because he doesn't live in the United States.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
There's a little temperature button at the bottom here. And that's why. And I forgot to change it. But it says 45 degrees. What is it right now, by the way?
Oh, gosh. It is 85, but it felt like 95 earlier with humidity.
85, hit save. There we go. 85. Sorry about that. That's probably why I was wondering.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot.
Ain't Life with Amy now. Amy Robinson's on. She
Yes,
says,
she is.
did Yenny come home? No, Yenny didn't come home. We haven't had a chance to get the show started quickly because we have a viewer who wants to bring drama to our show and who always does. Joy Reid, folks. I want to let's go ahead and just get off this. There was a 13-year-old girl who and a young boy around the same age who was held hostage by, I think, a man from Peru.
I don't remember which country he's from.
It doesn't matter. He's Mexican. So he's Mexican.
And he's illegal.
He's an illegal, and he videotaped him performing sexual rape on this child, and it's completely sickening and disheartening. And I'll be honest, I was eating breakfast this morning, and I almost threw up. It was that bad. I couldn't stand hearing it again. Because it just keeps happening. Ecuador. Yeah, he's Mexican. Okay, so I keep hearing these things, and it's just driving me crazy. I want you to watch Joy Reid here. And by the way, she's such a weak human being that she had her hairstyle, which basically looked like, you make me happy. And she shaved it because somebody said she looked like Trump. And now she looks like she has chemo or something. This is Joy Reid.
People have these sort of thinking. Here's the three cable networks reporting of this. Was our banner said, soon Biden announces legal protections for undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens. CNN's banner said, Biden announces new protections for some undocumented spouses. Here was Fox's banner, migrant arrested for raping 13-year-old in New York City.
Yes.
And so I think that's part of the problem, right?
Exactly.
Is that you have
that's
a lot
of
of fear-mongering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that we know that when people have economic insecurity.
Great citizens.
But there's a lot of fear-mongering.
There's a lot of fear-mongering. Absolutely.
And I think
two people who represent the worst parts of Washington, D.C. and the media right here. Jayapal, who I can't...
Fear-mongering?
Yeah, fear-mongering.
Fear-mongering.
Yeah, it's
If
fear-mongering.
I'm not mistaken, wasn't he deported for something he did in 2022 or something?
Yes.
And he did something illegal, well, besides crossing the border. But yeah, he broke the law. I don't know for what, but he was deported and he's back. Yet fear-mongering? You gotta be fucking joking me. She is a see you next Tuesday.
She's probably Colleen's mother, I would assume.
She's a horrible, horrible human being.
Horrible human being. The fact...
God, if I was that 13-year-old's mother...
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? But if she was black, this would be a completely different story. And this is what we're seeing from the media is they have denied the border for 4 years. They have lied about it. They have said that there is no problem. And now we're seeing more and more situations of crime and violence. And not only that, I just did an article and a show on essentially cells working inside the United States of foreign governments and foreign assets probing and trying to recognize our high value targets and soft spots on military bases, on 3-letter agencies. The bread trail, the crumb trail from this is just, it's everywhere. Every single person in the intelligence community that I talk to, any special warfare operator, absolutely 100% is saying there is an imminent attack on the United States, and it's going to happen anytime. And anyone who is not seeing that based upon the bread trails and the crumbs that are telling us, but it's no big deal. So what's going to happen is something like a tragic event is going to happen. And you know what CNN's going to say? They're not going to blame the border. What they're going to do is they will. They'll blame the Republicans for not passing the border security bill. And they'll say, see, this is a Republican issue. And it's like people like Colleen. They walk through the raindrops. They have no accountability for who they are. They can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. And then when you call them out on it, they fucking play the victim. And they completely are impervious to facts. They're impervious to what shadow they cast. And they're unwilling to say, you know what, I was wrong. Made a mistake. Shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have went on the national news and predicted those things because they wound up being wrong. No, they just go ahead and turn around and blame you, and it's your fault. No matter how fucking kind you're to that person or how much you have protected that person, doesn't matter, because in the end, it is a mommy issue, right? These women are narcissists. They only care about themselves. Joy Reid doesn't care about this 13-year-old girl. She doesn't care about the illegal immigrants. She doesn't even care about black people. Joy Reid has done everything she can not to look black. Jaya Powell's the same way. She's done nothing in her hometown. Look at Island Omar.
Jaya Powell's from Hawaii?
Jaya Powell is, no, that's, yeah, maybe. I thought she was 9th District. Hold on, let me see. No, I don't think she's Hawaii. Although the one that was in Hawaii retired. I want to say it's up in the northwest or mid east, but it could be Hawaii. I mean, it could be. I just don't remember. Hold on. Congresswoman Jaya Powell. Yeah, Washington 7, northwest. I thought it was the 9th. So yeah, she's Washington. Which, Seattle, complete shithole.
Of course. Go figure.
Right. So these women are just completely narcissists, and all they care about is themselves. They don't care about anyone else. This is what we get. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. 12-year-old just raped and murdered in Houston by illegals. Rachel Morin in Maryland, mother of 5, killed by illegal. Yeah, it's starting to happen everywhere. That seems like a good price. Okay. I thought she was your friend, therefore I kind of let the crazy go past me.
That was a reply to Amy.
Oh, well, Amy's friends with everybody, and Amy is extremely kind to everybody, no matter what. And the thing about Amy is that you can burn her, and she will stay your friend because she's just a good person. And she always advocates for people. I mean, there are times when I'm just absolutely freaking livid, and she advocates for people. And she has stood by Colleen when I've literally just said, cut her loose. But that's Amy. And that's why Amy's good at her job, because I've told her to please try to treat people with respect and interact with them. And no matter, even if they say bad things about me, don't get rid of them. But I have a limit. I mean, my hypocrisy knows certain bounds for sure. And Amy is just too good of a person. And that's just the way she is. Fully agree, Matt, with them. It depends what race you are and which side of the fence they're on. They make me sick. Joy Reid, among many, are a joke. Agreed. Now there's a murder of a 12-year-old to illegals from Venezuela. Yeah, it's not going to get any better, folks. Thomas says, off-topic predictions on the Cup. Been waiting for you to comment on it. Connor McDavid is the greatest player in the NHL offensively. He is a generational talent. He is putting the Edmonton Oilers on their back. Florida has stopped checking. Florida is watching the play unfold. You cannot do that with McDavid. Skinner is performing well because puck possession has changed. Florida in the first 3 games had puck possession 67% of the time. They didn't have as many shots on goal, but they made them in the front of the net, and they had quality shots. And Edmonton was throwing everything from the outside. They were keeping Edmonton the outside, and they were locking McDavid down. Now they're trying to run and gun with McDavid, and you can't do that. Florida needs to get back to what they know how to do, which is forecheck. Don't let the play get on top of them. They need to slow it down and muck it And honestly, vertical dump ins are the only way you're going to slow down Edmonton. It also hurt Colorado against Dallas. They were very strong at doing vertical dump outs and having us chase the puck. I think Florida will win the series from a mathematical probability. It's really hard to come back 3 down. I think one team has done it in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and that was like 1967. I think it was Toronto, and every other team who has won games 4 and 5 has lost game 6. You're going into Edmonton. Florida knows how to play in Edmonton. They've beat them in Edmonton. They are now against Edmonton 5-1 in the last 6 games, including regular season. I think you get a bounce back game from Bobrovsky. I think he had a good game last game. It wasn't an exceptional game. I think that penalty was horrible. On Tkachuk, I don't think it was a dive. The second thing is I love the play that he made getting back to the net. He should have knocked the net off the moorings, and then it would have blown and been in the Florida zone. But still, that would have given them another chance to get the puck and go up ice with an empty net. So I thought Tkachuk made a bad call there. He had the momentum, and nobody would have said anything. He would have knocked it off. But the play behind him, his defensive player quit. I mean, that shouldn't have been a goal. Tkachuk kicked it to the outside, and that defensive player should have laid down and blocked the shot. That didn't happen. So my thoughts are, I think it's very possible that this is a low-scoring game. Both goalies are going to stand on their head. This is an elimination game. Edmonton is going to be pumped up. If you give them the power play, Florida's going to lose. If you take the power play away, I believe Florida can take this game. I'm going to predict 5-3 Florida. Probably wrong, but that's my prediction. Okay? Liv, you love hockey. What do you think?
I do not want Edmonton to win.
Yeah, neither do I.
I would prefer Florida to win.
Yeah, me too.
And like I said, it's very, very hard to come back from a 3-0.
Yeah,
and
very hard.
Very, very hard. So that means you have to win 4 games in a row. And I know they've won 2, but in the playoffs, even 2 in a row is hard.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, that's why sweeps don't happen very often.
Yeah, and I didn't think they were going to sweep Edmonton. Everyone was like, sweep, sweep, sweep. I'm like, I don't know. Edmonton's not a bad team. I never said they were a bad team. Their goaltending and defense were suspect. And I think Florida spent too much time worried about Edmonton's offense and not enough time focused on the defensive side of the puck. They'll be different tonight. They'll be more disciplined. I think Tkachuk he's got a taste now. I think he's going to get in the series. He's been quiet. I think you'll see something from the 3rd and 4th lines of Florida. They'll probably chime in with a nice dirty goal. You got to get to Skinner early. You can't give him confidence. He gets stronger in the net as time goes on if you don't allow a goal. So scoring him early in the first 10 minutes would be nice on a road game. You get up 1-0, go into the locker room, and then you open it up to the best second period team in hockey outside of the Colorado Avalanche in Florida. And you know, if you go into the third up 2-0, 3-1, you have a pretty good chance of winning this game. If you don't, Edmonton might take it back to Florida. I don't imagine Edmonton going into Florida and winning this. I do not imagine Edmonton winning this series. No, Florida is a much superior team. I think they got caught looking and watching the paint dry a little bit. Okay. That's my thought. Okay. So here
don't get us started on hockey.
Here's the thing about this is the border is wide open. The border is absolutely porous. Every single morning, I watch this crap, and I see people just coming over with these eagle view shots, and it's just Democrats can only lie for so long. Now, the debate is really going to be an interesting topic tonight because this has to get addressed. Because I think Donald Trump, in his effort to be strong, he really hurt himself with what he agreed to with this debate. But before we do that, I want to show you what's been going on at the White House. Just more nonsensical mocking of women clown shows that I cannot describe. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Just watch.
Welcome today, everyone, to the White House. I'd like to briefly answer some questions. Go ahead, I'm ready.
JVN.
Oh, yes.
Is it true that is all your natural hair?
Yes, I can confirm that this is not a wig.
Follow-up question, do you use your own products?
I do use JVN hair, actually exclusively for over 4 years. Next question.
Is it true Karamo is your favorite member of the Fab Five?
I will say that I can confirm that Karamo Brown is my favorite member of the Fab Five. I also have a very strict rule that if I'm only with one of our castmates, they are in fact my favorite.
First of all, I have no problem with humor. I think it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I would probably do something very similar on that podium, and I would do something stupid, and although I would treat it with dignity and respect, I would probably do something stupid, just to make a funny video.
Was that real, or was I thinking that was fake the whole time?
No, it's not fake. This is a person who identifies as a woman and is dressed like a woman, and they were invited to the White House. Here's the video, just so you can get a taste of it. I'm muting it because I don't want to copyright.
Can we talk on it? Just so you know, we're gonna fight every urge not to open drawers, but it's in our DNA.
See, there's John Lewis.
Yeah.
So there we are on the Edmund Pettus Bridge down.
Oh, wow.
Honey, Madam Vice President.
I mean, okay. I don't care if they're gay. I don't care that guys. It's kind of weird. Beautiful hair,
Great hair.
I wonder if he's using Pantene Pro V. You're a guy with a beard. I don't care. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. Whatever tickles your pickle, dude. Good for you. The issue that I have is, okay, Liv, let me give you an example. Okay.
Listening.
There's a guy in the subway, and you're on the subway, and you're going along, and you're on the subway, and this guy starts throwing dog shit at you. Are you going to invite him over for dinner?
No.
Why?
Because one, he's rude, and I don't want dog shit thrown at me, and he's gross. Why would anyone want to do that?
Right. Okay, so that's clear, right? So you're like, okay,
Yes.
That's clear. Open and shut case. I get it. Okay. So now you got a guy who kills a cop, shoots a cop dead. Bam, shoots a cop. Would you invite them over for dinner?
No.
Okay. All right. So now you got a guy who is a 35-year-old male with a beard and long, beautiful flowing hair like Jesus. I mean, dude, Pantene Pro V is going to send that guy some money. Amazing hair. Who's in women's clothing and wears women's underwear and talks in a female voice. Would you invite him over for dinner? Come on, just be honest. Stop, don't lie.
I don't. If I got to know
Oh my
him,
God.
but
Are you
no.
going to allow this person in our house around our children?
No.
Okay. No, you're not. All three people who I've described have all been invited to the White House.
Yeah.
A cop killer on more than two occasions. People who threw dog shit at cops in bags. And now a person who is homosexual, transgender, Jesus, maybe identifies as Charlemagne or Lady Magdalene. I don't know, but that person is not stable. They're delusional. And you're giving them a platform in the White House. Tracy, thanks for subscribing. We appreciate you. And you're inviting that person into the White House. Should there not be standards? Liv.
Yes.
Should there not be standards?
Yeah, there should. It's the freaking White House.
Okay,
it's the
so why
capital of our country?
So why are you inviting a cop killer, people who throw dog shit, a Jezelina, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights to the White House?
Las Vegas Golden. You had to throw that one in. That's funny.
So my point is, it's just like, I understand that Donald Trump invited the Taliban to the White House. I get it. But that invite stopped soldiers from dying for a year. Okay? So I'm okay with that. In fact, I have no problem with it. And yes, I understand that Donald Trump released prisoners. I understand. I understand all of that. It got us out of Afghanistan. And you can either have guaranteed soldiers dying overseas or the possible threat of a terrorist attack here in the United States. I'll take the terrorist attack. Because soldiers dying over in Afghanistan is a guaranteed. And having a terrorist attack in the United States, I like those odds a lot better that it doesn't happen. Now, that's if we have a secure border, but we don't. But the point being is we did with Donald Trump. And the reason why is we weren't distracted by proxy wars and distracted by conflicts that were 24/7 like this administration is. And when there is chaos, when there's blood in the streets, buy real estate. This is a prime time. You have an election coming up. You have Israel going on. You have Iran firing off. You've got China and Taiwan. You've got Russia visiting North Korea. You know what's going to happen. Intercontinental ballistic missiles are going to be provided from North Korea to Russia. We know these relationships are happening. You've got the petrodollar absolutely tanking. Saudi Arabia not releasing. There's a lot going on. This is a perfect opportunity to create more chaos. And the White House is playing dress up with a bunch of flamers. I'm sorry. That's it. Those guys are flamers. They're not gay. Some of the toughest, hard-hitting sons of bitches I know who are special forces, who are most assuredly gay, who are not openly gay, but there are openly gay spec op guys, but they don't flaunt it and talk about it. And I would go to battle with them any day. I would go into any foxhole with anyone I knew who was gay. But being gay and being a flamer are two different things. They're two different things. And there's nothing wrong with being a flamer. Dylan Mulvaney's a flamer. But why do you have a platform at the White House? What demographic do you represent? And what's your message besides, damn girl, I'm going to open up some drawers. Look at my hair. What's your message? How about, I'm a trans person and I like dressing like this. And it doesn't mean I'm a woman and I don't want to discredit women. I just want people to stop and slow down. Not everybody in this getup believes that women are trivial and that we could even eclipse what a woman does simply because we put on a dress. I'm just here to give you the message that there's a lot of hate for us right now and we're lumping people together who don't deserve to be lumped together. So I would just ask for a little bit of patience. If we could ask some message, anything, instead of, damn girl, what type of hair shade do you have? Holy shit, I use it. I rinse twice and I lather. Who cares? Yeah, we know you're a flamer. Great. But that doesn't do anything. All it does is fill a stereotype where we're all going, why the fuck are you there? Because I know mothers who've lost kids overseas. We have little girls and children being raped whose mothers probably should be at the White House. Mm-hmm. We have people who don't have jobs. We have veterans without legs and arms who should be at the White House. We have African Americans, preachers, and faith community leaders who are desperately begging for help in the inner city who could use some help. We have fentanyl victims. One of them is one of our best friends on the show who lost her husband to fentanyl, almost lost her entire family to fentanyl. I'm sure she would like to go to the White House and be heard. Instead, you got some bitch in lacy panties with flowing hair up there flaming away, and it trivializes the station of the White House.
It does. It really does. It should be respected. There's certain things that need to be respected, and that is one of them. And they're making a mockery of it. And it's ridiculous. And you're making yourselves look stupid. Go up there and advocate for yourselves.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're making yourselves look absolutely stupid and making all the stereotypes correct.
By the way, I want to welcome the 70 people watching on Twitter. What the fuck happened on Twitter? I know. It's incredible.
Wow.
And folks, pardon the language. I'm a little fired up tonight. One of our viewers just decided to get into my craw. But it comes down to this. I don't care that guy is at the White House. Somebody said right now, Amy says, was that not the queer eye for the straight guy, guys? I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
There's a show called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. I've never watched it, but I just know
what the fuck does that mean?
I think they were from the show Queer Eye.
Yeah, but what does the title mean? Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. What does that mean?
I think it's a makeover show of straight guys who can't dress because they're straight and have no sense of fashion. They go and they give the dude a makeover because queer
they put him in a dress?
No, they dress them normal, but it's...
Wait a second.
I don't know.
They dress them normal, so they're admitting they dress abnormal?
I don't know. I've never watched the show. I'm just telling you. I couldn't tell you.
If I go on that show, can I wear panties?
I'm pretty sure you could.
I wear yours. What's the big deal?
That's a good point.
Whenever it's laundry day, I have nothing else to wear, and they're so gripping in all the right areas. I don't understand. It's just, listen, you guys, they did this with the Nutcracker shit. They did this when they brought the guy getting banged in the congressional chambers and was taking it up the ass. They did it when the woman did the hand bra, the transgender did the hand bra. We did it with the one guy crossing his legs and showing his V on the lawn. Enough. Enough. Why does everything have to be about where you put your penis or where you don't? Since when have we just been a bunch of crotch sniffers? Isn't this the thing that they were upset about, man-spreading and us grabbing our crotches all the time? What are they doing?
Well, I mean, what do you think the left would start saying is every time a straight person walked into a room, hi, I'm straight. I'm married to a man. I've got children. You all need to respect me for being straight every single time. And then get pissed when people don't respond to it.
Yeah.
And say, why are you telling me this? We don't care.
We tried that.
I've got a right to be pissed.
We tried that, and they called us toxically masculine.
Exactly. We
tried to tell them, we can't tell a woman she's beautiful anymore. We can't go ahead and open a door for her.
Because if you do, these women would rather meet a bear in the woods than a man.
That's right. So I got an idea. Since these women or whatever, since they make everything about sex, then why can't I walk up to them and say, hey, nice tits? When you're flashing them, that's what you want, right? No, you can't look at my boobs. Wait a second. What? Help me understand. What happened to feminism? What happened to, equal rights? What about not subjecting and objectifying women as a sexual piece or men as a sex? Do you know how many women I heard who 10, 15 years ago were like, calendars are horrible. You can't have women in calendars. And the first thing you do is you go to their page and there's some beefcake guy with a guy in a freaking thong and he's oiled up and they're like, oh, fuck, I'd have him for dinner. And I'm like, what? How is that any different? How is that any different?
Oh, it's not.
But
women have double standards. Not all women. Some women have double standards.
Kat says they dress the guy up to be sharp like Izzo.
That's a much better explanation of the show.
You know what? I'm going to start. You know what? You guys never seen me cleaned up. They've never seen me. They don't know.
Mm-mm.
You guys just don't know. You think
one of these, one show,
we just need to come on
completely dressed up, both of us to the nines and see.
I'll see people, what's funny is that when people see me at a different angle or see me standing up, they're like, oh, you don't look the same. Like people are surprised at how tall I am. They have no idea.
Because you're a foot taller than me.
And longer.
I would hope because I don't have one. Jeez.
Well, anyway, so oh
my God.
Now that we'll
wow,
you never know. Where were we in? Were we in Philly? Yeah, where's Philly?
There's Philly, and then there's also Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm looking for Philly. Where's
Philly? Would have been June of 2017.
Oh shite!
Want me to find it?
No, I'm Olivia. I'm more than capable.
Although I like the Hollywood picture better. I like that dress.
I don't care about you. We're not talking about you. We're talking about me. Why is it always got to be about you?
Because I'm the woman here. Damn it. Of course it's got to be about me.
Not according to them. I can be anything I want to be. I don't have them. How come I don't have any pictures from Philadelphia? When was it again?
June of 2017.
That's a long time ago, Olivia.
It was, yeah, it's the first, we remember we had just moved to Houston and we didn't have anyone to watch the kids.
Oh my God.
And
June.
And that's when your coworker said she'd watch him, and Ethan got to ride their dog around the house like a horse because it's a Great Dane.
Oh yeah. When was Hollywood?
Hollywood was April or May of 2018.
2018?
Yes.
All right. April and May. There's July. Was it April or May? Oh, there it is.
Go with May, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, Penny.
What did Penny say?
Congrats.
Congrats on what?
Apparently, everyone knows I got a promotion.
Well, yeah, because I talked about it. I said nice things about you.
Oh.
I mean,
darn it, I should have listened because, it's so rare and all. Matt and Leroy need to dress in drag for a show.
We want to do that so bad.
Oh, you still need to go to the abortion clinic.
Yeah, see, there's
Hollywood.
There's Hollywood.
When I had my silver hair.
That wasn't silver.
It was, remember I had done the purple and it came out and my hair was like white silver.
No.
And I didn't have a chance to dye it back to brown.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was so pissed, yeah.
Oh, wow. That was a long time ago.
It was.
I don't have a lot of dress-up pictures
6 years ago. Oh, my gosh.
Was it 6 years?
Yeah, 2018.
Let's see. Here's my Michael Bublé moment. So, with my nubile with my nubile persuasions.
Oh,
man,
Sansere. I miss Sansere.
Sansere is a good-looking woman, man. She was for a black lady. And I'm not necessarily attracted to African American women as much, and it's certainly nothing to do with it. They're pretty, but Sansere, she good-looking woman, very pretty. There are a lot of beautiful women that we worked with, but yeah. Anyway, so I dress up, and I.
He goes, "You're a shorty, Olivia." Yes, I am. Hayden is almost taller than me, which is just sad.
This was after like 12.
I like that dress.
That was like 12, 7, and 7.
I was going to say, you'd had quite a bit to drink that night.
Oh,
I was not there that night.
I was shit-faced that night. I drank a lot that night. But, yeah, it is. Yeah, see, I can dress up. And I wear a suit well.
Yes, you do.
All right. Now that we've established that, let's go ahead and move on. All right.
I'll be right back.
Where are you going? Oh, all right. So I'll fill in while she's gone. There's a nice picture of you I've seen in a suit, Matt. Looking good. Thanks, buddy. Matt and Leroy need to dress in drag. Matt looks like FBI in a suit. Easy. Almost spit my beer out, Thomas says. Perhaps for Halloween. Do it. I love that picture. Olivia, you're a shorty. Hayden looks so much like you, Olivia. Really? Don't show Izzo that picture. I think you know what? I'm going to suit up for Izzo next show. I am. I'm going to suit up. I am. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put on the suit and I'm going to surprise him because Izzo's a snazzy dresser. That guy is a snazzy dresser. All right. Nice to see so many people on. I don't want to go to the next topic, but oh, look, she's back. All right. Let's talk about the debate. Naughty.
Right,
so
headphones in.
I want to do RFK and talk about this. I'm not an RFK fan. There's people like RFK for president. No, we don't need a liberal. But I like the guy. I like Bernie Sanders. Can't stand his policies, but I like him. Todd says, you would make an ugly woman. Wait a second. What?
How dare you say such a horrible
Dude,
thing?
I'd make a damn good looking woman. You've never seen me shaved. Hold on a second, dude. I disagree. AI says you're wrong.
Did you do an AI pic of you as a woman?
No, but I've got there's being a sweater. See, I used to dress, guys,
He used to dress up every day.
Look at that. I mean, I was hip. But once I stand up, I look different. Like I kind of, when you're this way, the chest is big. So you look, people think that, you might be heavy set, but no, I'm a rail. I mean, I'm built, but that's pretty much every day. Oh, my fat day. Oh, look who that is. Ugh. Yeah, you know who it is.
Yeah.
Here's Ethy and I.
It's right after he got his belt. I don't know which one it was.
Yeah. Ugh. It's my fat day. All right. Anyway, so what were we saying? Oh, yeah, picture. Let me see if I can find it.
What picture are you looking for?
I'll show you my AI one.
Oh, that's right.
Here it is. Yeah, boy. Vanilla Ice in the house, bitch. Okay, sorry. That's not the one. That's not the one. What are you playing the music for?
Because you were looking for something, so I just played the
Oh,
Joker
damn it.
music.
Now the pressure's on. I don't have here. This helps. See, look at this. I cannot believe it's no butter.
Your Fabio days.
I cannot believe it's no butter.
Oh, goodness.
Dude, I'd make a good looking chick. Just take off the beard, throw a little hat on there. Come on, look at that hair. I wish I could. If I could have that hair, that's what I would have my hair as. I just can't do that. I have a Jew-fro. Literally. I look like a 1970s porn star on my head. It's pathetic. Like, it's so wavy. I cannot believe it's no butter. See if there's anything else. Oh, here's one. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do a magic trick. See, I love AI. Okay, that's enough. See if there's any others. Just for shits and giggles. I think that's it. No, that's Superman. Okay, we're done. Here's the deal. Let's go through this. RFK. I want you to listen to this. Then we're going to talk about the debate.
It appears that both President Trump and President Biden are afraid to debate me, and their campaigns are colluding with CNN to keep me off the debating stage. Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I'm running as an independent candidate for President of the United States. The two other candidates don't agree on much, but they do agree about excluding me from that stage. That's why the Washington Post reported on May 17th that, quote, Biden's advisors quickly let it be known that they had not agreed to any terms that could include Kennedy. The Post also reported that, quote, one of the CNN producers on a Wednesday call with Trump aides had explained at the time that, quote, RFK Jr. will not be on the stage, end quote. While I'm flattered to know that President Biden and President Trump are frightened by the prospect of debating me, shutting me out of that debate makes a mockery of democracy. It's not just about trying to silence me as a candidate. It's also an attempt to stifle the ideas that I represent that both of these candidates would rather not talk about. For example, the bloated $34 trillion national debt, which they both contributed to, the forever wars that they both support, the chronic disease epidemic that is debilitating our children and over which they presided, the toxic polarization in our country which is tearing us apart and which both of them feed upon and profit from, and the corruption of the federal agencies, which neither of them knows how to stop.
All right.
Even if...
Shut up, you kooky old fart. It's not that I don't like the guy, because he's smart. And, dude, the guy's yoked. Anybody who has a body like that, listen, I work every chance I get to make this shrine of perfection. And it's hard work. I can't imagine when I'm his age. You guys seen him with his shirt off? He makes me look like a freaking Pillsbury Doughboy. That's great. Good. But there's a few things. Okay, let's talk about Secret Service. Olivia?
Yes.
What is the requirement to get Secret Service as a presidential candidate?
you have to have a certain percentage, and for some
Good
reason,
for you.
21% is calling my name.
No, that's too much.
Too much? 15?
No.
10?
No.
Because
Keep going. Keep going. You're guessing. Go.
is it higher or lower?
Lower.
9,
Lower.
8, 7.
Yes.
Okay, because I thought that's what he had for some reason.
Oh, that's a good. God, you're just this. If this happened every night, our show would have 1 million viewers. You're doing great. 7%, but it has to be a national. He has to be on the he has to qualify for enough states. He has to qualify essentially for enough states to get 270. He has to have a certain percentage to be a viable candidate to be on the debate stage. And that's normal debate rules. But the problem is that he's not. Right here in June 2018, this was yesterday's, 2 days ago, polls. You can take a look here. So Kennedy is down to 7.1%. Trump is at 41, and Biden is at 40.3. As I told you, and nobody listened to me, what's the one thing I said about the conviction of Trump?
It was polling numbers were going to go down.
Thank you.
You're
Do I get an apology, everybody? Or is anyone? No, it's not. It's going to go up. And I'm going to talk to Leroy about that because Leroy was wrong. It's not going to go up. It narrowed, and it's going to go back. It's going to take a month or two. And that seems like a long time. But once the Supreme Court's decision comes out, and hopefully it sounds like it's going to be positive for Donald Trump, that's going to completely take over. But RFK, to qualify for Secret Service, he has to be a viable candidate. Biden did not give him Secret Service. Yes, I understand John F. Kennedy got popped. Okay, I'm sorry. So did Bobby. We get it. You're the Kennedys. Either you guys are fucking killing women in the Chappaquiddick or you're getting shot. Okay? We understand. It's what happens. Or you're boning Maria Shriver and then you cheat on her with some fat Mexican maid. Whatever. You're the Kennedys. You guys have had your fucking time, okay? You're not going to be president. RFK doesn't have a chance. And we don't need him up there and making him a viable candidate taking votes away from Donald Trump. He's already going to take enough votes away from Biden. That's what we got. And we don't need him up there. He's going to distract from the situation. But he doesn't get Secret Service detail because he's not a viable candidate. He doesn't have a pathway to win the election. Therefore, he is not a front runner, and he never has been. Jill Stein should get Secret Service protection before him, and she didn't get it in 2016. So this bullshit crying of RFK, I don't have, my father was assassinated, and I don't have blah, 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 blah. Uncle, whatever he was. Who cares? Dude, you're not a candidate. And you're not getting invited to a national debate when this race is between two people and you don't stand a snowball's chance in hell of winning. We could put you on TV from now until the summer solstice or the winter solstice, and you're not getting elected. So this whole thing with Kennedy crying, shut up. You're done, okay? You're not going to be able to Ross Perot this. But here's the thing that we should be a little concerned about. This is going to break down the election, and I'm going to tell you why this is a bad thing. Okay? Here it is. And, dude, a whole bunch of people on. Outstanding. How are we doing on numbers across the board?
Over 5,100 views on Wimkin so far.
It's a big Wimkin day. Hold on. Penny, I'll do it tomorrow. Don't let me forget. Penny wants me to look at a race in New York. Mom,
Okay.
please make sure I do that. Okay, so write that down for me,
I'm
please.
going to just text it to you real quick.
Folks, real quick, we are the Don't Unfriend Me show, and we started this almost 4 years ago. We are entirely funded by viewers. Facebook took 90% of our revenue away when they took away Rights Manager, and a lot of places got hit. The thing is other channels have massive amounts of support. We're growing on Rumble, we're growing on Wimkin, we're growing on Spreely and YouTube and everything else, and we've been demonetized from those places. So it's expensive to run this show. For 3.5 years, Olivia and I didn't ask for anything ever. People offered to donate. Hell, we had people offered $2,500, and I said, no. Go buy some shirts, buy some books, buy some coffee. I don't even have donations set up. I don't want it. And then we lost 90% of our revenue. So each month we have what we feel will keep us moving forward down below. And you can see it right there. We're at 1870.10 for the month. And then we have a goal of 3250. If you do the math and you look at the hours that Olivia and I put into this show, and Leroy and Amy, and that is not even remotely, that is a ridiculous amount of money as far as being small. So we're trying to keep it realistic, what we need to continue to keep the show paid for. It gets expensive. The bandwidth, the lights, the constantly doing the writing and the show itself, all of it, even the software costs money. So what we're asking is that if you have the ability, you've taken care of your wife, your loved ones, kids' birthdays, anniversaries, your vacation for the summer, all that's taken care of, and you're sitting around and say, hey, I've got a little bit extra. I want to give it to a great place. We are that place. Please go to linktabgo.com/thedumb show. Help us out. And let's keep the show 100% free. If you can't do that, maybe go buy a shirt or a hat, get something for your money. You can go to the dumb.
Share out.
Or share it. That's the last line. Yeah. Share it, like it, follow. Make sure you're here at 7 o'clock weeknights. Whatever you can, just participate in the show to have it continue to grow. Right now, we've got a network full of about 275 people on. That's incredible. There were days when we had 3 people on. So it's great to see you. Let's go ahead and finish this up. I want to tell you about...
Do you have any idea how much bandwidth we've used this month? I do.
Tell them.
When we were dealing with the phone issue, I just happened to come across it. We've used over 1.5 terabytes in this cycle.
Oh, no, we've used more than that.
Maybe, I don't know. Then
No, we use more than that. And every time we go over 100 gigs, it's... like what, $20?
Yeah.
So that adds up, folks. By the time we end the month, we'll be well into 4.5 gigs of streaming. So this is in 4K. And we do 320 kbps. So it's high quality audio, high quality video. Listen, don't feel sorry for us. We're just trying to tell you guys what we do, and we do this on the top of the hour every single time we do a show. We try to keep advertisements limited. So let's move on. Here it is. Amber, I still read all the comments. I just don't.
Can't read every single one.
Amber, can I ask you a question? Why do you always you seem to be complaining about the show? The way the show used to be, I read all the comments because there was 30 people on. We can't do that anymore. We're across 9 channels. And I know you go, oh, well, remember when we didn't have shirts? And I didn't want to do shirts. You all voted on me doing shirts. So I did shirts. And most of the things in the show have been expanded because people have asked for it. So I know it's the best of times, worst of times thing, but just get over it. Move on. This is the show. This is who we are. And I hope you stick around, and I hope you like it. But if you can't and you decide that maybe this isn't for you anymore, then hey, we understand. We appreciate you. Thanks for staying by. But this is what the show is. And we do read all the comments. I just can't go ahead and address every comment because we're trying to do a show. Okay? Well, Amber, I think it's great that you absolutely love the show and podcast. Maybe saying that more often, and there wouldn't be me misconstruing what you're trying to say. I don't know. That's just me. You're loved. We care about you. You're one of the originals. It seems like you always seem to be reflecting on the way it used to be, not the way it is. Okay?
Yeah, but I'm also told that we should expect some surprises as well, because this is such a critical performance for President Biden, not only on the content, but on his physical performance as well.
All right. So here's the problem with this. And Amber, I'm not upset. I'm just like, this is the show. This is what we've got. Here are the debate guidelines. I think Donald Trump rushed into this. And honestly, because Trump feels that he can beat Biden no matter what. And here's the issue. He can't. It's not true. Because Biden's expectations are so low. All he's got to do is show up and last the 90 minutes.
Trump needs to shut up and not be argumentative and try talking over him.
Yeah. He can't, because the microphones are going to be muted. So there will be no back and forth. Good. Amber, great. I'm glad you do that. I just remember the last few interactions. It's been, remember when we didn't have t-shirts? Remember when we would just talk? And remember when we would just do this? And I think everyone remembers those things, but the show's grown. And I think we still talk to people. We're talking to you right now. So how is that and not talking through the comments when I'm addressing your comment. I just can't address every comment, and I would love to. I would like Susie. She's getting like a runway or photo shoot. Great. That's awesome. But I can't comment on that. And I read things all the time on here, but I can't, because if I do, we'll never get to the show. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Todd Paul says, struggling to get access to Wimkin. LH is helping out. Olivia, can you help with that with Jason and just Todd Paul and tell him to
Todd Paul, is that
Todd, message Olivia, please.
Yes, message me with what your handle is on Wimkin so I can send over to Jace.
Okay, so let's move on. The campaign staff can't interact in any way, shape, or form. No props, no notes. They have a notepad, a pencil, and a water. There's also 2 commercial breaks, which has never happened. You don't go to commercial breaks in the debate. But Trump was smart. The one thing he did, Trump gets last word. So you get to choose which side you want to stand on in the debate. And president usually stands on the right-hand side. If you look at all the debates, people don't look at the left position first when they're watching TV. They read left to right. So they go here and they end here. So the natural position for people to watch is going to be to watch Joe Biden. So to give you an example of this, this is the way it is. If I'm right here and I'm right here, close your eyes. Don't just close your eyes. Open them, and who do you go to first? It's me, which I totally get. And then you scan over, and then you're like, oh, look at that biscuit. And then you got Olivia. Your natural eye, although looking at me first, you end up and you feel most comfortable all the way to the right. The same thing with the debate. That's why Biden picked the right side. Does that make sense? So Biden got to pick which side he was going to be on. Right side is a key position. Kennedy was on the right side versus Nixon. Ross Perot was on the right side. Clinton was in the middle, and Bush was on the left. So in that case, your eye probably would go to the middle with Clinton. Taking a look at Obama versus Romney. Romney was on the left side. Obama was on the right. So I'm thinking of all the debates. And Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump was interesting, is that Trump was on the left and Hillary was on the right. And that was, yes, for every debate. So she was in a chair at one time and then podium on the other. And the chair, Trump would walk around her and stand behind her and stuff. But my point is this, is that that's a big thing. But Trump speaking last is bigger, because the person who speaks last is what people remember. When you talk about context and remembering things from in the cortex, people remember the first thing and the last thing that they hear. Most people data dump the middle ground. So that's going to be helpful. But all that Biden has to do is go in there and not fuck up. And pardon the French. Donald Trump should say the least amount as possible. Donald Trump doesn't need to win his base. Joe Biden does. There is turmoil inside the Democrat Party right now. And Joe Biden is charged with getting his base to rally around him. If you continue to talk over him or essentially detract from him making mistakes, you're doing yourself a disservice. Donald Trump should stick to policy. He should talk about 2016 up until 2020 before COVID hit. He should talk about those numbers. The moment that Joe Biden hits COVID, you say, well, Joe, my last year in office obviously was a very tumultuous time where we didn't know a lot about anything. We made some decisions that were great for the country. We made some ones that were wrong. The interesting thing is that you picked everything that was wrong and added to it versus picking anything right, because it took you 2 years to recover. You had more deaths per year than I did. You did not bring the vaccination. You locked down schools when we said not to. We talked about 2 weeks. And I was saying open the schools. You know, you curtailed to the school unions. You were controlled by the unions. That's not going to change. And here is why I'm going to hit you on these things. And then ask questions. Joe Biden, if another outbreak happens tomorrow, are you prepared? Have you ensured that we have enough PPE? Have you ensured that our NEST and emergency response teams are ready to go? Have you inspected any of these labs overseas and ensured that the United States is not funding these operations? What have you done? And what will you do? Because I know what I'll do. Because I'm the one that was calling it the China virus, and you're the one who denied it and shut people up on social media and ordered the social media to censor Americans from telling the truth. Dude, I would fucking obliterate Joe Biden. I hope Donald Trump's people. It always seems that we say things on these shows, and then the next day or two, something happens in the Trump administration where they listen. So listen to me now. This isn't about you, Donald, President Trump. This is not about you. This is about him. He is in office. He has to have people think all the way back to 2016 and 20 to remember you. Right now, people believe that you're better at the border. They remember it was better under you, that the economy was better under you, that world conflict was better. That's what they'll remember. Joe Biden has to unconvince them of that. Don't help him. Turn it back on his policies. Turn it over and repudiate the last 4 years. Compare him to Jimmy Carter. This is the best line of the show. You know, when I was growing up, my father told me that Jimmy Carter single-handedly was one of the worst presidents we ever had in the United States of America. And I will tell you, he is a nice man. And he has done so much for foreign relations, but he did very little in his presidency. Joe, I never thought. But if I think back at my father, I think of two things. One is that he would be very proud of what I did as president of the United States. And two, he would think that you are even worse than Jimmy Carter. You say that, you're fucking slamming the door on him. You got to do something like that. You got to hit him. You got to compare him to Carter, because the generation that is soft on him right now happens to be that generation who remembers Carter. It's going to bring back thoughts of Iran. It's going to bring back thoughts of the Middle East. It's going to bring back thoughts of China. And they're going to go, Middle East. Oh my God, Jews. Oh my God, Iran. They're going to think about China. Oh my God, Taiwan. And they're going to make the connection. Oh, gas prices, coupons, waiting in line. Holy shit, he is Jimmy Carter. If you don't make that case, it'll be the biggest mistake of your debate. Joe Biden has to be maligned with Jimmy Carter, and you have a chance to do it. Because his presidency is synonymous. I told you 4 years ago, I did this show, and I told you that Joe Biden would be worse than Jimmy Carter. I was right. So Trump has to say that. And if he does that, he will flip votes. Nobody wants Carter 2.0. He's soft on terrorism. He's not given money to Israel. He can throw that. It's going to secure the elderly vote. Christians love Jews. It's just a fact. The debate is next week. If it was, it'll be on the show. You know that. We're going to have it live.
What day? Is that Tuesday?
I don't know. Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Next Thursday.
It doesn't matter that nobody young knows about Carter. That doesn't matter. Those aren't the people those people are already waning on him. His largest base right now for this election only. It's going to switch to the millennials in the next election. But right now it's still the boomers and it's still Gen X. And Gen Xers and boomers remember Carter. They heard the stories from our parents, or they remember directly. The young vote is already leaving Joe Biden in droves. They're not happy with him. They're not happy with his economy. They're not happy with him at all.
They're not happy they didn't get their college paid for.
They're not happy with anything. They're not happy that the federal interest rate's so high. They can't get a house. They can't get a living wage. We don't care about that vote. We care about the Democrat base. You take college-educated men and you take suburban women, and the way you do that is to mention Carter. Period. That will be the kiss of death. That'll be the locker up of the debate. Evelyn says, I remember 29% on home loans under Carter.
29% interest on home loans? How the heck could you afford a house?
You couldn't.
My God.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter destroyed this country. And there were many reasons it took place. Ford was no help. But you need to do that. So 2 commercials for Joe. I don't like that. But they're going to hop him up. It's going to be the same thing as the State of the Union. They're going to give him his super cocktail. And don't underestimate Joe Biden. I am so tired of people doing that. You guys are buying into the narrative that he's just some stumbling, bubbling idiot because that's what they show. They did the same thing with George Bush Jr. They made George Bush like a complete retard. He's not. George Bush Jr. is not retarded. But they made him look that way. They, in the Fox News, are making Joe Biden look like a complete bumbling idiot. He is not a bumbling idiot. And you take him for granted, and you underestimate him at your own peril. That State of the Union was shit, but he delivered it. And he delivered it strong, even though it was all bullshit and lies. And he regurgitated the same State of the Union that he had 2 years before. But everyone said he's going to go up there. It's not what he did. That's not what he did. So if you go ahead and pretend and you go up there overconfident, you're going to have a problem. This is the Trump we need. We need the 2016 Trump.
I wonder if Biden's getting the questions ahead of time.
How could you assume he didn't? No.
I'm not.
Mike, I know he's a bumbling idiot sometimes. We have video evidence of that, but that's not what happened in the State of the Union. And that's not what happened in the last debates. According to all polls, he took the first debate against Trump. Trump was obnoxious. Trump was interrupting. Trump was a bully. Trump lost. And that revitalized Biden's campaign. If he does that again, it's not good. Listen to what I'm saying. I know this shit better than the back of my hand. That's why people come here for election stuff. This is what I know. And if he goes in there like he is lately, Donald Trump is now the 2016 Trump. Remember, I said that too. Trump needs to get off the stolen election. He needs to get off J6. He needs to go back to that confidence, that not egotism, but controlled confidence. Witty, sharp, confident. He's doing that. That's why he's leading. If he goes on this debate stage and tries to bully Biden, he's going to lose this debate. If he goes on there and does not let Biden talk, he will lose it. Biden is going to spend a week at debate camp. Biden is going to have his head completely full of every single possible thing that it could be full of versus originality and posture. He is not going to come off as authentic. Trump will. If Trump is 2016 Trump, he mops Biden. If he's not, he's going to lose. Mike Johnson, I'm not taking it easy because I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm just telling you, he's a bumbling idiot because that's what we're shown. And he makes stupid mistakes. And over a long enough timeline, whether you're working banker hours or not, at his age, he's going to. But they are going to prep him for this debate. They are going to pump him up with more caffeine than a 16-year-old kid playing Nintendo for 24 hours. He won't be a clown. He won't wander off stage. He will not be disconnected. He may stumble over some words, and that's a good thing. If you want Joe Biden to screw up in this debate, let him talk. Matt, but does he now have Alzheimer's or dementia, or is that also a form of a lie? I'm not a doctor. I will tell you that I've seen signs. I know people who've had dementia and Alzheimer's. Olivia does. A lot of people on this show have, and a lot of people have said that he's showing those signs. But I've also seen the guy sharp as a frickin' tack. Joe Biden is not smart. Joe Biden is kind of a guy's guy when he's not and not lying and plagiarizing, which is hardly ever. But he does have that, I'll take him around the barn type thing. There was a time where Joe Biden could at least sell his bravado to people. He was always faker than shit, but we don't have to have him plagiarize and be fake because nobody cares about that. They want to know that he's going to be okay for 4 years. The only way to show that is to let him talk as much as possible and have him get tired. Donald Trump needs to hit him on his record, not Trump's. He's already winning in every single major top 17 of the most concerning things for Americans. He's winning in all of them, minus like 2 or 3. I can't tell Trump this info. If I could have told Trump this info, I would have told him 4 years ago to shut up about the stolen election in January 6th. It took him 2 years to make up for that stuff. Nobody wants to hear it. The only thing people want to hear is base. America doesn't want to hear it. They want to hear about what he's going to do. Can Trump say he's a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory? Sure. I told you in 2020 that Donald Trump should have got a bottle of water for him and said, wait a second, stop. Hold on a second. Joe, are you okay? What are you talking about, Donald? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Donald? Are you okay? You seem a little... Cover the mic. Are you okay? Man, I'm fine, man. What are you talking about? I'm fine. Oh, okay. Don't get upset, Joe. This isn't that serious, man. You might need to do you need a second? Something. You need to get him frustrated. But he's going to be State of the Union Joe. And like I said, whether it's a lie, whether he's up there BSing, it doesn't matter. All he has to do is do it convincingly, with confidence, and not literally fall down. If those things don't happen, then he's going to win this debate. Just trust me. Penny, getting into an SUV and standing at a podium with your hands on it are two different things. I saw it. I also saw FDR. Okay? I get it. They're going to pump him up. They're going to give him a caffeine and vitamin B and whatever else cocktail.
What is the time? It start at 9 o'clock our time?
Probably.
That's 6 hours past his bedtime. He's going to need a lot of caffeine.
I think if we underestimate Joe Biden is a huge mistake.
I don't underestimate him at all. But
you guys, this is the biggest mistake you can make, is underestimating Joe Biden. This guy has been in politics for 48 years. He has survived in a game that is cutthroat and ruthless. He knows how to debate. He doesn't have to debate well. He just can't debate poorly. Joe Biden will show up. He doesn't need to. All he needs to do is just let Joe Biden talk. Joe Biden, the moderators, that's the other thing.
please don't tell me Joy Reid.
No, it's not Joy. I think it's Tapper. I think it's Jake Tapper. Let's listen to this real quick. This is what I wanted to show you. This is what Jake Tapper said about Trump. And this is the guy doing the debate. I want you to listen to this.
Caused and exacerbated by President Trump himself. It's been a time of several significant and utterly avoidable failures, most tragically, of course, the unwillingness to respect facts and science and do everything that can be done to save lives during a pandemic. It has been a time where truth and fact were treated with disdain. It is a time of cruelty where official inhumanity, such as child separation, became the official shameful policy of the United States. But now the Trump presidency is coming to an end. To an end. With so many squandered opportunities and ruined potential, but also an era of just plain meanness. It must be said, to paraphrase President Ford, For tens of millions of our fellow Americans, their long national nightmare is over. Divisions caused and exacerbated by President Trump himself.
You know what's interesting is that we're worried about what type of Biden we get.
We're worried about the moderator.
I'm worried about what type of tapper we get, because there are times when he went after Pelosi hard. He went after Fauci hard. He went after Biden hard. Tapper sometimes goes after Democrats really hard. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying Tapper's a good guy. Tapper's a dick. But Tapper might have something to prove. And CNN knows that their ratings suck. And they know that this is their chance to get back into the good graces. And they may hammer Biden too. Just wait for it. Because remember, this is about selling commercials. This is about selling shares. And if Jake Tapper is biased, more people will leave CNN. But if Tapper hits Biden, how many times have we seen it? Tulsi Gabbard, she comes out and she goes, I'm no longer a Democrat. People are like, she's not a socialist anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? She was the most progressive legislator in Congress. Yeah, but she said she no longer likes the Democrat Party. But Nikki Haley is a rhino? A lifelong Republican? Okay. RFK would be a great vice president. A lifelong Democrat who believes in late-term abortion, banning guns, transitioning children? What the? Huh? Look at Dave Rubin. He was on the Young Turks. Oh, but now he's a conservative Republican. And Dave Rubin has kind of exonerated himself. There's no doubt. I like Dave now. Leroy finally changed my mind because Leroy kind of vouched for him, but I was like, So this is going to be CNN's going to want viewers. So just watch. Jake Tapper destroyed Nancy Pelosi during COVID. He absolutely crushed her. I think Tapper is going to be consistent on COVID. He's going to hit them both. He's going to hit Trump on the legal issues for sure. He's going to hit him on J6. He's going to hit him on the stolen election. And these are the things that Donald Trump needs to worry about. Here they are. Ready, Liv?
Yes.
Stolen election.
Okay.
Pardoning J6ers.
Mm-hmm.
COVID reaction.
Mm-hmm.
How he would put the proverbial shit back in the horse with the border, with world conflicts, food prices, inflation, Fed, all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to throw him a layup there. And he's going to hit him on, if he'll pardon himself, I think, if he becomes president. And then he'll go to Joe, and he's going to hit Joe on Hunter. Ask if Joe will do Hunter. He's going to hit Biden on his document scandal. He'll hit Biden on his first 2 years in reaction to COVID and how the economy, although on paper looks good, the average American does not feel that way, right? And then I think he's going to hit him on his age. Those are the things that will, and of course they're going to have the standard layout: economy, geopolitics, national politics, border, energy, the dollar, things like that. Those will always, fentanyl, those are the things that will absolutely be talked about. But I think those are kind of the personal things that he'll hit. How did CNN land this debate? Well, Joe Biden, of course.
There's no way he would have done it if CNN wasn't doing it.
That's right. So this is where we're at. And honestly, out of all the CNN people, I would pick Tapper over anybody. Sincerely. There's nobody at CNN who I think could do this debate. There's nobody who I think would do it fairly. But if anyone is going to at least do something to Biden, Tapper will. I think Tapper will hit him. I don't think Tapper is going to go in there. I think Tapper, whether we like him or not, which we don't, he believes what he does is good for America. Rachel Maddow doesn't. Joy Reid doesn't. Don Lemon didn't. Cuomo didn't. These people hate America. Chris Hayes. Brian Stelter. They didn't care. Jake Tapper believes that what he's saying and that he cares about America. So I believe that Tapper, if we're going to have anyone in CNN that's going to actually even do remotely anything to Biden, it's going to be Tapper. And that's all we can ask for. It's going to CNN. Biden has the advantage. He's got the 2 90-second breaks. That helps Joe Biden. He can sit down. He can get some water. He can get another shot. But also, it helps Trump. It helps Trump to calm the blood pressure. It helps Trump to be strategic and change in midstream a little bit. I think those breaks are going to help Trump just as much. The no microphone helps Trump inadvertently. He can't interrupt Biden. Good. Donald Trump just needs to look like a rock, just like this. Yeah, Joe. No, that's not what happened. Don't shake your head. No. When he's talking, just sit there. Well, Joe, fortunately we have 4 years. Remember our last debate. You weren't president yet, but now you are, and people know the record, and here it is. That's what he should say every time. Our last debate, Joe, you got up here and you lied a lot, especially about that Hunter Biden laptop. Oh, and the payments and everything else, but we're not going to go into that, right? We're going to go and talk about your record. The 4 years that you've been president and all those things you said you were going to do that you didn't do. How's college debt forgiveness? How's the rise of minimum wage? How's the cost of living? How's the Fed? How's the border? How's energy? Hey, why did you support coal after all, after you said you were going to go ahead and ban fracking? But you're not doing that anymore. Why are you going in and lifting regulations in Kentucky and Tennessee and other predominant coal areas when you said you weren't going to do that anymore? If he sticks to the facts and he hits Biden on the lies and makes sure that everyone remembers what Biden said he was going to do that he didn't do, where's broadband? Remember broadband infrastructure? Remember that infrastructure bill? Why hasn't the broadband been laid? Do all the impoverished neighborhoods have internet yet? You promised everyone would have internet. How's peace in the Middle East? What did you think of my Abraham Accords that you allowed to be destroyed? Hey, what happened in Afghanistan when I set you up for a layup, gave you Bagram Air Base with 5,000 troops so you could exfil the entire frickin' city of Kabul? What happened? Oh, you killed 13 veterans and you put Taliban in charge of the security? Hell, I may have invited them to the White House, Joe, but I didn't put them in charge of the Secret Service. You could fuck him up 100 ways to Sunday. I swear to God, if there was such thing as doppelgangers or possession, I would enter Donald Trump anally and take over him.
And enjoy it.
Twice. And go back for more. I wish I could. Because I would crush Biden. I would just crush. And it'd be witty. It would be a funny ass raping. But that's what Trump has to do. He has to be ready and just repudiate the last 4 years and recite every lie. Hey, remember the last debate? I don't have any notes because they won't let me bring them, Joe. I wonder why, but it's right up here. I got it in my memory. How's yours? Since you wouldn't do an aptitude test for your mental acuity and you can't stand trial because you're just a well-meaning old man, I'm just wondering, how are you able to run the country if you can't even stand trial for your crimes? I stood trial. Hell, you did everything to make sure that I couldn't even go ahead and be involved in this election, that I couldn't campaign. That was a really good move, Joe. How are those polls working out for you? Do you think George Clooney and Julia Roberts are going to be able to raise enough money for you? Well, let me tell you where my money's coming from. It's coming from $1.50 and $2 donations. America is doing whatever they can when they don't have the money because of your policies. He's got to crush him.
When the next donation comes up, the person wants to remain anonymous.
Okay.
Just so you know. You okay? You okay, babe?
Uh-huh. Yeah. All you say, you fucking guys. I got hold on a second. Yeah, that's who okay. Okay. All right. It has to be anonymous, Amy?
Yes, that's what she said.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I don't know. Thank you. God bless. Thank you. That you guys have no idea how seriously there's people out there who are just like, I watch Benny's show all the time and they're like 500, 200,000 and he's like, thanks. And we're like, oh my God, thank you for $5. It helps and it shows that we're doing the right thing and we love you and thank you. That's an incredible amount of money. And
thank you to whoever you are.
Absolutely.
Very much appreciate it.
Absolutely humbled. I know Olivia's worth $1,000 because that's what I paid for her when we first met. But
it's true.
It's amazing.
You know, Matt might give you a nip slip for that.
I'll give you a dick slip for that. Thank you. And God bless. We really appreciate it.
Susie, we love you just the same as $1,000 donation. She said, I can only give you $3. And we love every penny.
No.
And we appreciate every penny the same.
That's yeah. And that's, no. Yeah. That's amazing. I didn't see the 3 come through, Susie, so I didn't say anything, but thank you. It doesn't matter whether it's $1 or $3,000. If someone gives $1, it almost means as much as the big donations, right? Because that person is giving the absolute maximum that they can give. And I kind of just want to, I thought about turning those down. I'm like, no, you can't. But you know what? It's just an amazing thing. And it means so much. We love you and thank you. That you just, it helps. And here's the thing. Just because we get close to our goal, whatever you can do, it doesn't mean it's like, okay, I'm going to wait till next month. Everything helps keep the show moving forward because we're doing great things. Folks, I didn't want to say this, but Damani Felder, he's coming on the show from the Wright brothers. And he's big. He's got 250,000 followers. And Damani does some great work. But I just retweeted one of his things and I'm like, hey man, just because we didn't work out on our collab, I love you and congrats on the weight loss. He's like, dude, I missed a collab with you. He's like, I know who you are. And oh my God, I'm not following you. And he follows me. He's like, yeah, I'd love to set it up, man. We'll schedule it. So
I'm working on someone right now too.
Yeah, we're, but the big thing is that there's some things coming up with Wimkin, some very influential people, and just hang in there, guys and girls. We're going places and we're doing really, really well. Tonight's a booming night. I mean, there's a shite ton of people on. We're not done. Let's finish this up. We got about 6 minutes. And I want to get to the other things. Candace Owens.
That's how you do a show.
Incredibly.
I'm okay. Candace needs to shut up. And not shut up because she's over the target. She needs to shut up because she is so now, you know now why she was fired. And I don't want to sit here and take Ben Shapiro's side because I don't know what happened. But I'll tell you what, I am so pissed off at Ben Shapiro that I'm going to be an anti-Semitic biznatch. And I hate to go after her because she's a conservative. I made the nice video. Now I'm about ready to fucking light her up like a Christmas tree. I want you to listen to this. This is about the dancing Jews on 9/11.
Many of Americans who thought that it was, at the very least, incredibly suspicious during 9/11, shortly thereafter, when this segment ran, also back in 2002, on ABC News as an update to a prior segment that they had done. Take a listen.
In the days after the September attacks, there were countless rumors about strange coincidences surrounding the events. One report about a group of Middle Eastern men spotted the morning of September 11th parked just across the river from New York City has not gone away. Investigation of their presence has led to questions about whether Israel was conducting espionage on U.S. soil. We're joined now by ABC's John Miller with an exclusive report this evening.
That's right, Elizabeth. This is a case that took the FBI and the CIA more than 2 months to sort out, while 5 Israelis waited in jail. It began when this woman was watching the Twin Towers burning from her apartment in New Jersey. She noticed 3 men on top of a van, posing for pictures with the towers burning in the background.
And I could see that they were like happy. You know, they didn't look shocked to me. You know, they didn't look shocked. I thought it was very strange.
The witness called police, who stopped the van hours later and arrested 5 men. All 5, it turns out, were Israeli. They were turned over to the FBI. Sources tell ABC News during a check of national security databases, some of the men were listed as having had connections with Israeli intelligence. At the FBI, that set off alarm bells. The FBI needed the answers to 3 important questions. Who were these men? What brought them to that parking lot on the morning of September 11th? And did they have any advance knowledge of what was going to happen that day? The men said they were just taking pictures at the time. They said they worked for a company called Urban Moving. The FBI obtained a search warrant for the company's offices.
2 SUVs were filled up with between 9 and 12 boxes and computers.
Not long after the arrests, the offices of Urban Moving were simply abandoned. Almost everything was left behind. In jail, the 5 Israelis were repeatedly interrogated and given lie detector tests. Stephen Gordon was their American lawyer.
They were asked questions if they had ever been approached by or hired by any non-United States intelligence community.
While there is still some debate among American intelligence officials, many investigators believe some of the men were part of an Israeli operation aimed at monitoring radical Islamic charities that support groups like Hamas, something lawyers for the 5 men and the Israeli government strongly deny.
These 5 Israelis were not involved in any intelligence operation in the United States. The story is simply false.
In the end, the FBI concluded there was no evidence that any of the 5 men had advance knowledge of the September 11th plot. After 71 days, the 5 Israelis were deported, leaving some ruffled feathers among both U.S. and Israeli officials.
All right, guys, so nothing to see there. Obviously, you'd be a conspiracy theorist if you had any questions about that. You actually would be worse. You'd probably be anti-Semite if you had any questions about a foreign government overseas that had people who were attached to their intelligence apparatus who were celebrating and taking photos as the towers burned and American citizens were dying. Yeah, don't be any of those things.
Okay, fuck her. I'm so, you know what? Candace Owens is a fucking idiot. I thought she was so smart. You just fucking heard with no equivocation that there was no attachment. So if you believe the story that was reported, why don't you believe the story that was purported to be false by the same people? Okay, that's the first thing. So if you're going to believe it, there's no video of them dancing. It's an eyewitness, a woman who has a pair of binoculars, probably a busybody chick like most we all know in our neighborhoods, sees 5 Israelis dancing. Do you believe that some Jews don't hate the United States? Let me give you an example. John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Do you know how many people celebrated his assassination? Do you believe that the hatred for the President of the United States began with Donald Trump and Joe Biden? Do you believe people didn't hate Reagan? Someone tried to kill Reagan. There were plots to assassinate Kennedy outside of Dallas. There were plots to assassinate Bill Clinton. There were plots to assassinate George Bush Jr. And yes, there have been plots to assassinate Donald J. Trump and Obama and Biden. There are bad Jews in the world, folks. There's also bad Muslims. There's bad freaking...
there's bad Americans.
There's
too.
bad Osmonds. There's bad Kennedys. Bad people are everywhere. And if you're going to sit here and pretend and be so naive and sit here and say, oh, you know what? A foreign intelligence agency is working in the United States, and how dare they? Do you have any idea how many countries I worked in? Do you know how many people I know who worked completely without the permission of any government to work in a different country? Do you know how we collect intel from a human intelligence standpoint? Do you know how many operations we run all across the world in countries that is not sanctioned by the United States? Give me a break. You think that we don't know that Mossad is in our country? Do you think that we don't know that MI6 or Turkish intelligence is in our country? You don't believe that Russian intelligence and KGB? You don't believe that we have Spetsnaz inside the fucking country? Are you on drugs? Of course Mossad is in our country. We're in theirs. Just because there were dancing Jews on the top of a freaking van, dancing Jews? All 6 of them on the top of a van?
Somebody was taking pictures?
1,200 pounds on top of a van, huh? Really? Do we have pictures of the van indented, but they fell through the roof? Because I've been in a lot of vans. My father used to rehab them. And you can't put 5-6 people on top of the van. Anybody who's have a van knows that you go boom, boom on the top. Who's had a van? Chevy, Ford, Dodge, doesn't matter. This is stupid. The only thing she's doing, and next she's going to talk about the USS Liberty. Next she's going to talk about the Rothschilds. Next she's going to go ahead and talk about every other, the tunnels in New York. This is everything Jake Shields and Stu Peters is doing. This is what Nick Fuentes does. Nick Fuentes fucking hates black people. He hates Jews. What the fuck is Candace Owens doing?
She's gotten a big head. I don't know.
She's not a big head. She's a fucking idiot.
She's trying to... I never watched her to begin with. I mean, when she first started and she was just doing Facebook videos and whatnot, I thought she was great. But, you know, maybe the fame is getting to her. She's getting a big head.
No, she's pissed at Shapiro. She believes that the Daily Wire is a Jewish organization. And it is. The owner is a Jew. Shapiro's a Jew. Investors are Jews. Who fucking cares? There's a lot of things that are owned by Jews. There's things that are owned by Chinese and Irish and Scottish and Russians. And
she's pissed. She's being vindictive.
She's pissed at Shapiro.
So now you're not the only person who's been fired from a job, and we've all moved on. So maybe you should too.
I can't stand it. It's like to watch somebody who's so smart just be so fucking stupid. Next, she's going to, I'm just asking, or it's anti-Semitic. Lady, it's anti-Semitic because everybody knows what you're doing, because this is the Nick Fuentes and the Jake Shields playbook, the Stu Peters playbook. This is the anti-Zionist, which is fuck Jews. The way they say anti-Zionist or Zionist, oh, you're a Zionist. You know what? Jew lover. You're a kike. That's the way they're saying it. It's about inflection. It's about tonality. And they use the same way that they would call someone a kike or a Jew lover. The way they say, oh, you're a Zionist. I'm just done with people who sell themselves out. This is the conservative movement. Why are we against Jews now? We don't have to. We can be America first. But if you believe, and you actually believe, that Israel is not a benefit in the Middle East to that territory, then you have not studied Middle Eastern history ever. Do you understand that when the Middle East doesn't have the Jews to hate, they kill each other? Mass levels of genocide. You're talking countries who have militaries that can obliterate the Middle East and create instability in the region. Israel has nuclear weapons for a reason. They are an extension of the United States. They are nukes in Turkey. Nobody said shit about nukes in Turkey. Nobody said anything about nukes in India to control Pakistan. Nobody said anything about nukes in Japan to control China. You guys are pretending that Israel is the only country that we've actually provided nuclear armaments to in order to be an extension of the United States. How naive are you? You think that it's not an investment to put money into the Jews? We told them not to get involved in Iraq, you stupid pricks. These people who are like, they never helped us in Iraq and the Gulf War, we told them not to. They were getting hit with Scuds. You remember Kuwait, Israel getting hit with Scuds from Iraq and Baghdad? If Israel would have went into Iraq, there would have been holy war against Israel from every Arab nation. Don't be stupid. You're a Jew lover. You're a Zionist. You're a Jew apologist. You're a paid shill for the Jews. Really? Because it's interesting, because for 3.5 years, I didn't say shit about Jews. But I told you what was going to happen on October 7th. Or October 8th. I told you how the world would respond. I told you two things. I said Israel is going to take 30 days and then they're going to flatten Gaza. They're going to kill everyone there who has not left. It happened. Because they're not going to indiscriminately go ahead and not hit the areas that are holding Hamas. If Hamas is there and you are not fighting them, then you are an enemy combatant. This is the way it works. It's war. And the second thing I told you is that people are going to tell you who they are. Believe them. Believe them. They're telling you now. But see, here's the problem, is that if you say anything like this and you speak logically and you talk fact, and I'm emotional, there's no doubt, I hate this. This is the dumbest thing ever. When 9/11 happened, we killed 320,000 Iraqis. Nobody told us not to. Nobody said stop. Iraq didn't do it. Iraq didn't do it. It was the Sauds. It was the bin Laden family. And it was Muwahhine Muhammad, a name you don't know. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that the Jews executed 9/11, you don't understand how many times Mossad has come and protected the United States, and you're just foolish. And all you got to do is ask any intelligence professional. Ask Leroy. You don't believe me? Ask him. MI6 and Mossad has helped the United States ad nauseum from attacks. They have shared intelligence with us ad nauseum. Do I think that the Jewish people are guilt-free? Do I believe they're perfect? Do I think Israel's government should be lauded over others? No. But do I think the United States government should be? No, because we've done some pretty dastardly shit too. If you think intelligence agencies don't do things that are nefarious and wrong, then you're not paying attention. Last thing, and then we're done. It's been a good show. Liv, thanks for hanging in there on that one.
Yep.
Liv, tell me about this poll. What do you see? What's wrong with it? Take a look. Read it. Tell me what's wrong. The first thing you see that makes you go, whoa, wait a second. Something's wrong here. You sound like Optimus Prime. What's the first thing you see? Come on, babe. Walk me through it. Read it aloud. It'll help.
White men with no degree, white women with a
No,
degree.
you got to say, right? Hello? Why'd you?
Well, you asked me what I thought was wrong. So,
No, start here. Start here.
Men.
Okay.
Okay, 41%, 56%.
Does that seem good or bad?
That seems good.
Okay.
Rural votes, 50% and 48%. It's close.
Okay. So define rural.
Oh, that's... yeah. Because rural usually is red.
Usually?
It always is red.
Okay. Hold on. Show map 2020 red and blue votes. All right. Okay. All right, you ready? Hello?
I'm ready.
Okay. Would you like to play a game? How about a nice game of chess? Global thermonuclear war. This is a map of the United States. This is the 2020 election. These are the areas that are blue that voted for Democrat and red that voted for Trump. Can you please tell me what the red signifies?
Republican and
No.
what they voted for.
No.
It's mainly rural areas.
Rural areas.
Yep.
Rural.
Making me dizzy.
Rural. Is there anyone who believes that 48% of rural area are only voting for Trump and 50% are voting
No.
for Biden? Okay, great. So that's full of shit. Great. Let's go to the next one.
White men with no degree. 34% and 64%.
Wait a second. Does that seem more realistic?
Yes.
Okay. And where do people with no college degree come
Usually
from?
rural.
Rural areas. Rural areas. So therefore, if he has 64% of white men with no degree to 34%, and if you look at the demographic and geolocation of people with no degree, it's rural areas, do you actually believe that that number's correct?
No.
No. Not even close. No chance in hell does Joe Biden have 50% of the rural vote. There's no way. It's impossible. No. Let's go to the next one.
White and evangelicals.
Read that off.
26%,
Uh-huh.
72%.
Where are all those white Bible thumpers at, Liv?
Usually in the rural areas.
Rural areas. Where are all the old people at? Who cares? They're going to be dead soon. Urban, 38 and 38. What? That's huge. The fact that he's tied on urban is insane. And then white women with degree. Bitches think they're smart, right? That's normal, all right?
I love how they only included white women with a degree.
Right. White women with no degree. I wonder what that is. Rural.
Yeah.
Rural. Fox News is full of shit. That poll is fucked up as Hogan's goat. Folks, the only slippage that Donald Trump has with Biden right now, it's not that. No, believe the polls. Because national polls, though, don't win elections. It's a national poll. National poll's useless as tits on a boar. It's as useless as a dick on a tranny. It doesn't make any sense. National polls isn't how we vote. It's based on the Electoral College. Okay? So that may work on state polls. State polls are good, but national polls are shit. But here's the thing. I told you I told you. I told you that there would be what after the convictions?
That Trump's numbers were going to go down.
That's right. When was this poll taken, Olivia Spear?
Put it back up so I can see the date, please.
Sure, honey. There it is.
June 14th through the 17th.
June 14th. When was that?
That was last Friday.
It was right after the convictions. Polls are an outlier. They're about a week behind because you have to collect the data, assimilate the data, make the phone calls, everything else. So that was a poll for the 14th, 17th, right after the convictions. And I told you there was going to be a hit. Trump was going to take a hit. He took a little bit of a hit. I guarantee he took a hit, but he didn't take a hit in the swing states. And where is this election going to be decided, Olivia Spear?
Swing states.
So guess what? Oh, fucker, you are, Fox News. You know shit. And I tell you, you fucked up. You fucked up big doodoo this time. Misa think we're going to fucking die. You fucked up big doodoo this time, Jar Jar. They don't know what they're doing. They're idiots. You know what, Fox? I know I cuss. I know you've seen my show. I know Judge has said nice things about my show. I know before Bongino left, he knew about my show. I know that for a fact. Put me on. I will be so much better than that weekend talent that you have over there. I will replace Trey Gowdy, and I will actually not be a sellout. Okay? So anytime I'm ready. You can have my own show. It can be called the You Fucked Up Show. And I'll dress up in Chinese face. I'll paint my face yellow. And I'll be like, oh, you fucked up. You so fucked up.
God.
You so fucked up. Just the freedom of owning your own show. I can be racist.
Oh, goodness.
It's not racist. It's comedy, folks. It's not racist. The fact that they went after Yuri Gurriel because of that. You remember that? When Dinklage from the Los Angeles Dodgers, he ran by and Yuri Gurriel went and made fun of him. And they're like, you're bad. You can't do that in baseball. And he's like, really? Benny knows my set. Yes. Benny can get underneath the desk for all I care. And Dan Bongino, oh man, he's going after Bill O'Reilly. Dan's kind of melting down a little bit. I don't know what's wrong. But you know what? I'm not here to talk shit about conservatives. Candace Owens deserves it. Candace Owens is selling out on the anti-Semitic crap, and she's cashing in on it. And you know what? There's a lot of conservatives that are doing it. There's a lot of people doing it. And you know what? I'm not going to do it. Just like I'm not going to be pro-Israel and we need to give all of our money to Israel and say wonderful and loud, great things about it. I'm not going to attack Israel simply because they're Jews. It's not going to happen. Folks, this is a Don't Unfriend Me show. I want to thank everybody for their support. An incredible night from everyone who gave a couple dollars to the people who, God, gave almost $1,000. I thank you. This takes the stress off us so much and it helps us move forward. Olivia just got a new promotion at her job. I'm so proud of her. She's just killed it. She's doing a great job. I love her on here. I get to stare at her all night, which is exceptional. Olivia, I'm going to give you a minute.
Just want to say thank you all for everything, for supporting us. Appreciate it. And hello to Jace. He just got on Wimkin.
Yep. And I was going to actually do this right now. Folks, I want you to watch this. Don't leave. Don't do it. This is funny. And it's not just funny, it is a great social media site. We're going to end it with Wimkin tonight, and then I'm going to come back and we'll say goodbye. But please, for our Wimkin followers, go over there, WIMKIN. It's social media, but it's free speech social media. It means the world must know with two little eyes. Two little eyes for like people. It's all about you. They don't censor you. They don't even make you sign up to participate. They don't want your email address, but they have to take it. Because they have to register you. And the reason why is because there's bots. But the funny thing is Comcast and Google and Yahoo, they won't allow those major emails to work. So when you sign up, he'll approve it. He approves every single person. They have 9 million followers. He does every single one by himself. It's like me on the responding.
My mom even signed up, which is shocking.
That's right. So even provide that Gmail, provide Yahoo, and then use your username and password to sign up. You're already approved. Give it a day, and then go back in and just don't worry about the email. Just sign in with what you use for your username and password, and it should work just okay. Folks, Wimkin, watch this. This is hilarious. This is funny.
Are you tired of being constantly banned off of every social media platform for saying facts only to be proven right 6 months later after you already...
Yes, and it's the world must know now. Thank you. Now. I mean, I didn't assume it was the world must know in 6 years. But yes, now.
He had to create a new account? Tired of Fuckerberg robot AI-looking bitch constantly putting you in Facebook jail? Or maybe a geriatric old bastard who shits his pants in front of the Pope became the resident-in-chief because his crack addict, traitorous son had complete media silence about traitorous actions and backdoor deals with the big guy. And those bastards ban you for sharing the story. If you said yes to 2 of the 3 above, you don't need to circle back like a failed White House spokesperson who has 2 alcoholic drinks for a name. Up in Wimkin, we think it's fair not to sell your data to China. Even though their president is super inclusive and named Xi, we kind of have a problem with the whole harvesting organs, slave labor, and communism. We also don't compromise you or get your kids to do stupid and dangerous trends. So you don't have to find out secondhand your kid Johnny is an idiot. Look no further than Wimkin. Made and housed in the USA, Wimkin offers all the features of Facebook and more, with complete data privacy and safe for your whole family. Download us on your app store today and join the community of users who value privacy and safety. Wimkin.
You need to join it, folks. I'm on there. We love Wimkin. Here's the thing.
And thank you to everyone who said congratulations.
Yeah, people are asking about the VP pick. You know what I've said. Donald Trump needs to pick somebody who's going to bring him votes that he will not have. That's it. Ben Carson gives him a good choice, but Ben is so boring. J.D. Vance is great, but it brings him Trump supporters. Byron Donald is a good choice, but that's Trump supporters. He's got to figure out what to do with Nikki Haley. That's what he's waiting for. I'm letting you know because, guys, she has the answer for abortion. It brings the women over. You got to figure out how to do that. She still polls 17 to 23% in these primaries. You got to figure out what to do with Nikki Haley voters. You got to get them to come over. DeSantis voters will come over eventually. The Nikki Haley ones won't. You got to go get them. You got to get those moderates. So he's got to figure out what to do. I've never said that she should be his VP. I said it makes the most sense. And yes, his supporters will get pissed. They'll vote for him no matter what. Nobody cares. He can go shoot someone in Fifth Avenue, but he can't put Nikki Haley on the ticket. He's got to get those voters. So he needs to announce a very big position with her, contract with her, have her say that she's going to be to take care of the abortion shit and take it away from the Democrats, that she's going to be on some sort of contract with America when it comes to abortion. Like, we're going to get a legislation put through that all the states can agree on. Something, anything, just say it. Who cares? Get that topic away. Have them push through the right to life bill before the election, whatever it takes. But he's got to figure out what to do with Nikki. Don't care whether you hate Nikki or not. That doesn't matter. America, 20% of them don't hate her. That is a big amount of votes. We need to figure it out. Remember, the last vote in the last election was 90,000 votes. 90,000. Nikki Haley brings you 1 million plus. So he's got to figure that out. That's all I'm saying. How he does it, I don't know. That's my pick. He's talking to Youngkin. He's talking to J.D. Vance. He's talking to everybody. He's slow rolling this on purpose, because the longer he keeps this going, the more people will talk about it. And that's a smart thing. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Good night. Say you love them.
Love you guys.
Love you too. We'll see you guys tomorrow. What time, Liv? What time are we going to be on Friday?
7 o'clock Eastern.
It is Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, the week went like super slow but super fast.
Yogurt.
Same time.
What?
It's just there's some weeks that it's like
no.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
We love you.
No. Yeah.
7
In
o'clock.
my line of work, yes.
Prostitution is hard. 7 o'clock tomorrow, folks. Good night. You look great in a tank top. Bye.
With my farm
adjusting
Yeehaw!
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.